All right, so here we are with lesson number 94. You'll notice it's a little different because I can't be in the classroom to do that. So here I am in my kitchen. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to make this video considerably shorter because I'm not going to go through each of the ones that are in the book. If you do the video that I sent to you, that gentleman does a very nice job, and he goes through each of the examples that are examples 94A and 94C. You can figure out 94B because it's just a half a step. So if you watch those that video that I sent to you, everything that you need there, he walks you through each of those examples, and that'll be really helpful. So all we're going to do today here is I'm going to give you the answers to the warm-up. Try those real quick. And then I will walk you through a couple of examples that are not in the book that you can try for yourself to see if you've got this thing down. Okay, very quickly, the warm-up. The first one is absolute. I think I spelled wrong here, but absolute value. Number 2 is 4. Number 3 is 11. Number 4 is x is equal to 3. And number 5 is also x is equal to 3. So hopefully you stop the video, take a look at those real quick. You can probably do those in your head and still get them right. But that is the warm-up. All right, so again, watch the video I sent you. That guy will get you through each of the steps on A, example 1A and B. So I'm going to give you one now here that'll look a lot like it, okay? So we have the absolute value of x over 2 minus 1 equals 14. So I want you to stop this video, try this one, and see if you get to the correct answer. All right, stop it. And now you should be back. Now hopefully you've got the right answer. Let's see how this thing worked. All right, we will go. We've done these type before. That's not a big deal. Okay, we want to isolate variable because that's why God put you on this earth. So we do it kind of like we call a birthday present or a Christmas present. We open the wrapping first by taking away the -1. Now we got the absolute value of x over 2. Okay. Equals, actually we're going to add that. Make that an add. Equals 15. They're dividing by 2, so you will say I'm going to multiply by 2. Okay, and you get the absolute value of x is equal to 30. Okay, which means x is equal to plus or minus 30 right there. Okay. Hopefully that is what you got, okay? So there's one you can work with. Let me give you another one just like it. Okay, everybody see that? All right, let me give you another one. Okay, -3 times the absolute value of x minus 10 is equal to -5. Now, don't jump too quick and say, oh, this is not definable because there's a negative there, because there's a lot of work to do here before we actually get to that. So again, we start with what's farthest away. -10 plus 10 equals -5 plus 10. And now I'm left with -3 times the square root of x equals, and there I get 5. Okay. Now, they're dividing by multiplying by -3, so we'll divide by -3, okay? And now we get x or the absolute value of x. Now, I just said to you before that not to get too excited, but look what happens here. No matter what I do, I'm going to get a negative divided by a positive. I'm going to get a negative here. And even though it just happened to work out that way, if I've got a negative here, then the correct answer is undefined. Or you can just put the 0 with the line through it there. Okay? Can't do that one if I'm going to end up with a negative there. All right, so there's two examples that go along with examples 1 in your book right there. Let's try one now for examples 2. Okay, so we've got 5 times the absolute value of x over 2 plus 4 equals 19. Okay, just more steps. It's nothing that we haven't done before. Again, 5 times the absolute value of x over 2 plus 4 minus 4 equals 19 minus 4. We do it to both sides. We're left with 5 times the square root of x over 2 equals 15. Now, they're dividing by 2, so you say, fine, I'm going to multiply by 2. And I'm left with 5 times the square root of x, the absolute value of x equals 30. They are multiplying by 5, so you will divide by 5, and you get absolute value of x is equal to 6. That's great so far, but we want x, so we get that, and of course that means plus or minus 6. Hopefully you got that for that one right there. If you did, we are good. Okay? All right. So let's do some that are like the example 3 that he's going to walk you through here. Okay? Yep, just want to check, make sure we're still filming up there. Okay, example number with 3. Here we go. We have 2 absolute value of x minus 4 plus 10 equals 30. All right, so we're going to do the opposite of everything they're doing. We do 2 x minus 4 plus 10 minus 10 equals 30 minus 10. Then we get 2 times absolute value of x minus 4 equals 20. Okay? Now, they're multiplying by 2, so we'll divide by 2. And we get absolute value of x minus 4 equals 10. Now, here is where we start dividing the problem, because we can have two things here. We can have x minus 4 equals 10, and we can have x minus 4 equals negative 10. So we actually have to do both of those problems in there, and hopefully it's still in the picture. Yes, it is. All right, so here, not tough. X minus 4 plus 4 equals 10 plus 4. So x could equal 14. Or over here, we have x minus 4 plus 4 equals negative 10 plus 4. So we get x is equal to negative 6. Put a box around both of those. Notice it's not, as he says in that video, not just automatically plus or minus one number. So if I go back and plug this in here, negative 6 minus 4 is negative 10. And the absolute value of negative 10 is 10. Whereas 14 minus 4 is 10. And the absolute value of 10 is still 10. So we're good right there. Okay, got both those worked out quite nicely. All right, I got one more for you. One more for you. This isn't really that tough. You should like this one. All right, last one here. We've got 3 times the absolute value of x over 2 minus 1 equals 18. Okay, so stop the video. Go ahead and solve that one, and let's see if you can get that one right. All right, so here we go. First thing they're doing is they are multiplying by 3, so we are going to divide by 3. Okay, and we get x over 2 minus 1, absolute value, is equal to 6. Now, here again, we're going to go two completely different problems now. X over 2 minus 1 is equal to 6, and x over 2 minus 1 is equal to negative 6. We have to solve both of those two. So in this case, we'll just add 1 to both sides. We get x over 2 is equal to 7. Then we say here they're dividing by 2, so we will multiply by 2. X over 2 times 2 equals 7 times 2, and we end up with x is equal to 14. Over here, we do basically the same thing. We're going to add 1 to both sides. We get x over 2 is equal to, that's going to give us negative 5. They're dividing by 2, so we will multiply by 2, okay? And we will get x is equal to negative 10. So that should be our two answers, or the two answers that you should have come up with. If you plug them back in, it should work just fine. Negative 10 divided by 2 is negative 5. Negative 5 minus 1 is negative 6. Come over here, 14 divided by 2 is 7, and 7 minus 1 is 6. You plug it in here, and you're going to get the same answer every time. So, there you are. All right. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't write down the homework. All right. Your homework is A, that's on page 267. Okay. We've got A through H. Oh, why didn't I write this down ahead of time here? And I'm going to have to go back and take a look. I'll include it, which numbers we want on the, it's on SchoolSpeak, and it's also, I'll include it in when I send you this video. I'll tell you exactly what you have. By the way, Friday, I'm going to have you send me all 4, I'll send you the answers graded on Friday. Send me all 4 of your assignments, the grades, and then I will put those in the book. All right? And we may see about doing an online where we're all together, like a Google Class Meet or something like that next week. But for now, we'll see if this keeps working. Again, check out that video because he walks you through those other ones very nicely. And have a great weekend. I will send you stuff for preparation for Monday. The reason we're not doing Friday is you had off of Friday anyway, so I'm going to give you guys a break on that. So if you're wondering why there's nothing for Friday, we had it off anyhow. All right, have fun.